Good morning for AM 1340, 99.5 FM, WGRV. This is Reid Seals, and I'm here for the monthly interview with Greene County Mayor Kevin Morrison. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Reid.
So first off, can you explain the controversy around the county employee wage increase?
Well, I would first have to say, Reid, that it was probably more of a confusion about the track and procedure with which the wage increase was introduced and adopted. And I say confusion on the part of perhaps some of the commissioners. Again, we have 21 members of the county commission, and the procedures and track with which we introduce different resolutions can be done by any single commissioner or sponsored by a committee. So the wage increase that began somewhat as a very informal discussion. Once that sort of thing was out of the bag, so to speak, the cat got out of the bag, then several commissioners wanted to be able to sort of sponsor some type of wage compensation increase across the board for the employees. We had a couple of sponsors that introduced that resolution. The confusion resulted from the fact that that wasn't necessarily brought formally before the Budget and Finance Committee, but the Budget and Finance Committee members, as part of the overall body, were able to discuss and weigh in on the resolution itself. Of course, it narrowly passed by a little more than one vote back in December. And then several, again, one or two commissioners thought that they would like to reconsider then their vote on maybe getting more input, perhaps from the committee system. But the commission on Monday night, or Tuesday night rather, saw fit that they weren't going to rescind the county pay raise. So the 5% increase for wages and compensation across the board goes into effect, or has been in effect since January the 6th.
Is anything being done about the reported vaccine shortage in Greene County?
Reid, this is the $64,000 question. Vaccine is extremely limited in terms of its quantity and availability. That's created some, I guess, confusion, at least here locally, in the fact that we have signed up, thousands of people have actually called in accordance with their priority to the health department to be signed up, to then be put in line to be called for their vaccine. We have a tremendous facility for administering that vaccine out at the Green Valley Development Center. But then we start seeing reports coming from other places in the region, and it's very good that the Northeast Tennessee region is somewhat the leader in terms of the distribution, but that doesn't necessarily reassure our citizens here in Greeneville and Greene County that are waiting patiently. So they look and they read and they see these reports and become confused and concerned about whether or not, for instance, they've missed their call to come and be vaccinated. But I want to reassure everybody this morning that we're actually working hand in hand with Ballard Health, who has partnered with the Sullivan County Health Department as well as the Northeast Tennessee Regional Health Department to equitably divide the vaccine between the municipalities and the counties, and as quick as we can get vaccine available to us, and it's been trickling in. Unfortunately, that's sort of the buzzword, trickling into our health department for our health professionals to distribute 200 or 300 doses here, About 3 weeks ago, we vaccinated some 600 out at the Greene Valley Center. Those were all 1A1 category, so you're looking at first responders, those types of folks, healthcare workers. They moved on to 1A2 individuals, and now some 1B individuals, which includes members of the education department. The governor has established a priority that anybody 75 and older can sign up and get in line to be vaccinated. So with the vaccine more, I guess, valuable at the moment than gold, then people are wondering, if they've missed their turn, when my turn's coming, that sort of thing. And the shortage in and of itself has sort of created this this concern surrounding when they will be called. Am I still in line? I know that there's been a number of people that have gone, veterans have gone to the VA. They've been doing vaccinations. Ballot Health set up 3 sites, one in Washington County and 2 in Sullivan County, I believe. They've been vaccinating folks. The health department up there has been vaccinating folks at the Bristol Dragway, and we've been patiently waiting for a vaccine out at Green Valley. So as it's distributed to us, and we do, the squeaky wheel does squeak. So we've raised our concerns to the Tennessee Department of Health, the Northeast Tennessee Regional Health Department, that we certainly want to see more vaccine come our way. That is happening. This past weekend, we received some 200 allocated doses. In fact, of the allocation that come from the Northeast Tennessee Regional Health Department for the surrounding counties, we received about 23% of the total doses to be distributed in the Northeast Tennessee Health Department area. So it is just a work in progress. I have assured all individuals, whether they're waiting to be vaccinated or they're a healthcare professional, that if they will send Greene County vaccine, then we will get it in arms. And if we have to stay open all night, if we have to bring in extra crews, set up lights, whatever resource we need in order to get people vaccinated, we will do. So everybody in the leadership chain, from the Department of Health on down to the jurisdictional officials here, we're working very hard to make sure that when we get a single dose of vaccine, it goes in somebody's arm almost immediately. And we're working very hard to make sure that Greene County and Greeneville and its citizens receive an equitable share of that distribution.
So what needs to be done to the septic system at Kinser Park?
Well, that's quite a puzzle, Reid. The septic system out at Kinser Park that services the seasonal campers is quite an antiquated system. It's been in the ground out there for some 50, 60 years. That system was put in much like a residential septic system, as opposed to more of a commercial RV park type system that's now installed, that's more up to date. The septic system out there consists of a network of residential septic tanks with standard field lines that you would see for a home. We're in the process of working in conjunction with TDEC, which is the environmental protection arm of the state, to solicit a repair, that's what they consider it. That would involve essentially a large collection tank somewhere near the center of the seasonal camper area, and then the effluent would be pumped to the top of the hill above the up near or above the swimming pool, which is a large open area, and then that effluent would be spread out under 4 different field beds for dispersal and evaporation. So We don't know exactly what that system is going to cost. We have received from TDEC sort of what they estimate. The county commission approved me to solicit bids for getting that repair underway. I know there's only a handful of licensed sort of commercial septic tank installers that do this type of work, and we're going to be doing that very soon so that we can get those repairs done, get them paid for in time for the seasonal camping season to open in April. So hopefully we can have that project accomplished by then.
So now that the EMS substation is completed, are there any other county projects in the works?
Well, we've got several projects that are still going past the EMS substation. Of course, we have 3 different projects. We've got a fuel station that's going in down behind the highway department, Reid. That fuel station is going to provide fuel for all of our fleet vehicles, all of our highway department vehicles, and solid waste vehicles, resulting in a savings that will actually pay for the facility in about 2.5 years. So we're very proud of that. We've got that project ongoing. It is nearing completion. We've had some hiccups, obviously, and most recently we've been caught by the weather. So that project is ongoing. We anticipate that will be completed very soon. Our contractor has noted that they are nearing completion. There's a little bit of what I would term as polishing work or dressing up work with regard to the site, where it'll be fenced in and monitored with cameras for accountability and responsibility purposes. And then we have the DeBus Convenience Center. That is, again, in its very final stages. The site out there looks tremendously good. We've got pads poured. We've got the electricity run to the compactors, so we'll be able to have an additional compactor at the DeBus site. It will be significantly expanded to be a full-fledged convenience center. We're going to try to have it open 6 days a week, so it will be the one center in the county that will actually be open 6 days a week. And they're actually out there finishing up the convenience center, the attendant building, where all of the electricity and there's a restroom in that in the attendee building that they're finishing plumbing. Greeneville Light and Power will soon be out there to run the power over to the building and power the center up, and then we will open the gates and welcome the public to throw away their garbage in a significantly expanded facility that we hope, with expanded hours and the expanded area that we will have and the capacity there, that it will take some significant pressure off of South Greene, in the fact that it will be open additional days when South Greene is closed. That has been somewhat of a very large logistics challenge with the influx of cardboard that we've had from people staying home and ordering stuff online. But the center out there at South Greene is just so small that sometimes it struggles to manage the capacity for the residents that live out there. So we're happy to try to get that project finished up and opened up so that people can throw away their garbage and maybe not have to wait as long, and it be a little bit more convenient. So those are the projects that we've got going. We're attempting to solve the riddle of that COVID has had a vote in nearly everything, and one of those is these electronic meetings, so that we're open and transparent. So we're looking at solutions on how to provide some type of uniform connectivity type device, like an iPad or a tablet, to the commissioners to be able to conduct their governmental business while being able to remotely vote, discuss different items, and we've not been able to do that. So that entire process over the course of the last few months has been very wonky. We've been soliciting ideas, or at least I have, from surrounding counties to determine sort of what they do with electronic voting, electronic meetings, to increase transparency, to be able to hold public hearings for the public to be able to come and comment on the different topics and issues that they have. So all these things are a work in progress. And so stay tuned.
Well, I'm going to thank Greene County Mayor Kevin Morrison for joining us this morning. This is Reid Seals for AM 1340, 99.5 FM, WGRV.